YouTube? I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran, and today I'm very excited to be checking out the fourth most popular project in all the games. And I also love the fact that Tiny Epic Cthulhu totally saw my video and moved these a little bit higher. They're still really hard to see, though. You can't read them. But that's from last week. Now we're talking about Party Panda Pirates, a family game inspired by Mario Party from the creators of Dodos Riding Dinos, Miniatures, and ... So, yeah, the artwork, the fun, like this whole right side of the screen just feels completely useless. I can barely make out the artwork, and it doesn't, it's just artwork, fun in 1 hour, no one cares. Like, there's so much more useful information that could probably be conveyed right here. For instance, the player link, the time count, the age. Like, cool, it's inspired by Mario Party. I better not hear that it's 4 players. I hope it's not a 4-player game. I'm immediately going to be disappointed, so I hope... that's why, like, does it go 6? Does it go 8? Is it 30 minutes? Is it 15? Like, there's so much information that could be conveyed there that's not. Instead, it's like, oh, I got artwork, and it's, pandas. All right, as always, when you go in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? And why is that so small? Let's go. Now, that artwork, I could see spotlighting. That artwork, you know, I'm never going to be someone who says, yeah, you should totally spotlight your artwork over components. I personally think that's garbage advice, unless you have a famous artist or something like that. But that artist is really distinct and very nice looking. So zoom in on it. You know, my main issue with the right side of that thing is I can't see anything. It's so far zoomed out that it just looks blah. I see fun in 1 hour. Who cares? And yes, I like to be intentionally mean to anyone who spotlights their funded in X minutes. It's just, that has been ruined. It has been ruined for you by all these other people who have a $1,000 funding goal for their miniatures game that has 200 miniatures. Okay, sorry. They ruined it for you. You just have to deal with it. No one cares.
Ship ahoy!
Comes a new board game pack with fun challenges, so I'm assuming this is a whole bunch of minigames, which, once again, you set me up for with the Mario Party thing.
Yo ho ho!
Hold up.
Great, nice production qualities. I love hearing nice production qualities. You know what goes really well when you tell me there's nice production qualities? Some of those aforementioned components. I don't care about the artwork. Oh, look, it's a panda bear on top of a barrel. Whatever. How does this work? Is it like an actual wood screen-printed panda bear that I'm stacking on top of actual barrel-looking things? Because that would be cool. They'd be like, oh, my 10-year-old, my 7-year-old would love that. Instead, I see artwork. I see generic artwork, which is in, what's that? Every single game.
Across the Avian Archipielago, my festive crew of panda pirates sails in our giant turtle ship to find the next epic.
So I wasn't a fan of the fact we didn't have a voiceover at the beginning, but now that we have a voiceover, I kind of appreciate not having a voiceover as much, and it's just the sound volume level, and I'm not one to really, I'm the worst at sound quality and sound volume, but I feel like subtitles would be nice here. It's just, it's hard a little bit.
Jump into our fun challenges on the signal of confetti cannons. Balance yourself in the tallest mast.
Wait, are we actually about to see components 42 seconds in? Look, I see dice. I think that's a board. I think it's a custom-shaped board. Oh my gosh, this is a custom-shaped board with a custom-shaped point tracker up there with miniatures. Wow, look at all that awesome stuff I've led to have seen in the last 40 seconds instead of your art.
Surf and race atop turtles. Show off all your party hats.
Why?
Burst the piñata.
Why? With so much with the artwork, you're showing me all these minigames. Show me how the minigames work on the freaking table. I don't care if you have cute artwork.
Across the gangplank and more. Ready your paws.
That's the shot. There it is. Look at this player board. They got the custom dice. You got these things going across. This is what I want to see.
Mate and join our crew of...
Good thing I saw it for a grand total of, what was that?
Across
not 10 seconds.
The gangplank and more. Ready your paws, mate, and join our
2.5 to 3 seconds. And it is 2 to 4 players. Okay. Ick. I'm going to guess there's a version that's going to make it go up to a higher player count. Just, I'm calling it right now. I've seen too many Kickstarters. And especially at 2 to 4 players, like if you're trying to make it Mario Party, like that's... It's not undoable, it's just I expected more players specifically.
Our crew of party panda pirates.
And this is the first time we've actually focused on these minis pretty much at all. Like, I guess we did a little bit on that main image, but once again, that main image is so... like, I could barely even see, like, oh, there's chunks of plastic here. I can't tell you what details. This could be a tree. This could be a tree. This could be a parrot. This could be any number of things. And yes, I'll totally introduce my doggo at the end of this. Right now he's sleeping, which is good, because he whines a lot. Getting used to the new house. So, after the video, do I want it? No, not really. Like, the artwork looks cute. I guess now I kind of see these minis and I'm like, oh, those look nice, but that also lets me know this is going to have a premium price. And it's 2 to 4 players, which is pretty restricting, you know? And so when you have 2 to 4 players and it's probably not going to be the best price and it's a little bit of a restricted player count, I'm like, well, those minis, those kind of feel unnecessary if we don't stick the landing on this price here. So hopefully we stick the landing on the price, because the video I don't think is convincing many people unless they really, really love artwork. We're the test table, our other group of games. Like, you didn't even show me the game. Like, you went out of your way to show me as little as possible about the game and just, hey, artwork. Games go through a board game incubation process. Yeah, we got games. Jalop. Ugly. Ugly, ugly. But we should have some good customer service here, though, which is awesome. Oh, hopefully Jalop did not touch their grubby fingers on any part of this campaign. Hopefully they did not take any of Jalop's advice and just use them for their marketing and whatnot, which, once again, I've heard very mixed things about as well, because Jalop says that you can't work with anybody else while you're working with Jalop, and I've had numerous people speculate that's because Jalop doesn't want to see their results right next to someone else's results, because then they're going to look bad. But that's the kind of thing Jalop does not want me to say, so shut up, Jalop. I don't care. You've spent back crowdfunding games too long. Now look at this! This is the shot! Look at these minis! You got unique, cool-looking minis, and, better yet, we kind of focus... Like, look at that! Look how much better that looks than just blah in the top right. Like, well, that's not the shot. Apologies. I want to see the puppy. Oh, we'll get to the puppy by the end. Across the Avian... He's sleeping right now. So can you do it? I got so distracted by that main image actually being nice. All right, let's see. Is this one out? Mass production copies arrive. Production finished. But the games are already on their way to fulfillment hubs. Cool. So they are out. Can you please triple check the distribution company for New Zealand has all the correct information? Cool. So that one looks like it's not out, but it's about to be out. And that's a reprint. Oh, dagnabbit. Alright, so, and then Kiwi Chowdown, and then Dodo's Riding Dinos, so that's an so this is the reprint. So, if this one's out, this one inevitably has to be out, and then I'm going to guess that this one probably is out. I think I've seen this one in the wild. Fulfillment 90%, so yeah, and that was in May. So cool. Can you do it? Yes. Do I want it? Not really. Can you do it? Yes. How much is it? Hopefully it'll beat around the price. We don't beat around the bush and get to the price, but I worry about this price with those minis that I'm going to guess are unnecessary. So, yeah, and if they're just moving across this, and I imagine they're going to go on top of pieces or something, like on barrels. No, there's those screen-printed wooden meeples that I insinuated might be in this game, but then they went out of their way as far as humanly possible to not show you in the 2.5 seconds of actual components we got to see. And now I am immediately annoyed at the fact that your box says 2 to 4 players, because once again, I was already like, oh, 2 to 4 players. I might be out on this. I'll be quite frank with you. When I see 2 to 4 players in 40 minutes to play, the likelihood that I personally am going to want this game on my shelf goes down exponentially, just because that's such a competitive player count. 2 to 4 players. So don't put 2 to 4 players, or better yet, put 2 to 6 players on your marquee in that stupid right spot that has funded in 1 hours and a bunch of nothingness. This is way more useful than what we have, which is nothing. So, you know, it's not big competition. A family game with varied mini games for people who like to laugh and have fun. I'd love the rule booklet there. Early bird. So it's free. Oh, get the mini expansion with 5 new mini games. Holy croly. That's massive. That is a massive chunk. 5 new minigames. How many minigames are in this? Talk about information that I probably should already know, Batman. I know about the 5... Okay, let's keep going. So $29? Oh, this is the standard edition without the meeples. This is the edition that I was actually interested in. And that's a great price. I'm honestly a little bit concerned that this is going to be their most popular pledge level, even though Bauer's Law says the most popular pledge level should be the one with the minis, the bells, and the whistles. So hopefully this jump up goes from, say, 29 to 49, 59. Hopefully it's not too big of a jump up here. One seaboard, it's panda shaped. Yeah, that was really cool. And the treasure map board, it looks like a hat. That's super cool. We went as far out of our way as possible to actually let you see that, but it's very neat. 20 chest tokens, 1 turtle ship. Love to know roughly the dimensions. 12 party cards. Ew. So there's only 12 and the expansion adds 5. Do we have to get... Okay, so yeah, we can get this one. So 12's not a bad number. It's just when you tell me that 5... Like, that's a big... 12 Panda Meeples, 2 per crewmate, 1 Captain Marker. This seems like a great price. Honestly, I'm in on this price. Rock solid. I don't even need to know the sizes of components. $29, I'm in. Done. Great price. I'd put that on the marquee. That's way better than 1 hour. Nobody cares you're funded in 1 hour. Everybody cares that you're $29. Right? Right? It's just, one of these is more important. Okay, so it's 59. So it's not a huge jump. That is a very palatable jump. I was worried it was going to be a lot more than that. So they're mass-producing the living snot out of this. That's a great price, especially for screen-printed wood Panda meeples plus Panda miniatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minis. That's a great price. Rock solid. That's a nice insert. So they're making 2 separate copies of the game. One with minis and one without. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Okay. But they've raised nearly $100,000, so they should be able to pull it off. I had a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. This game drummed up a lot of competition. If you're familiar with this channel, you know that I am immediately disappointed with this quote. And I'm extra disappointed with this quote. Once again, I don't put this on Brian. None of this goes on Brian. All this smoke goes to Decibel Games for this terrible quote. And they went out of their way to make it a bad quote. Like, they even did the ... thing. It's not like they were restricted to choosing certain parts of the quote. They were like, these are the 2 things. I had a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. What'd you think about that game? I had a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. Why would I expect you to lie? Why would there be an insinuation that you're not going to have fun? Such a stupid... Like, why? Why would you start the quote like that? This game drummed up a lot of competition. Well, that's good. It's a competitive game. Like, what? Are you trying to tell me that it doesn't have a runaway leader problem? Once again, not Brian, them, all them. How to play. And that's the quote. That's the quote you get. It's fun. Guess what? Surprisingly, it's fun, guys. Like, that's it. All right, so components. Oh, this would have been so great on that video instead of everything you did on that video. Like, this is very anti-Jalop, in fact. Jalop normally, their typical style, and when Jalop has board game videos, is this story section is a complete regurgitation of that video. And the video is hit or miss. This is like different. Like, look at this. This is what this should have been. Oh, we're stacking dice until they fall over, and there's a treasure hunt. Look at all this cool stuff that could have been showcased instead of artwork. Now we got the actual game. This is a game I enjoy. Okay, that quote's garbage, but luckily there's more than one. So the second one's going to totally redeem it. I felt all the minigames were fun and engaging, and it kept everyone playing. Good. That one I actually do like, because that's my big thing here. If there's 12 games / 17 games, I'm worried there's going to be some duds in here. So, first part of this quote, total garbage. Second part, great, because that's something I was a little bit concerned about. Help us name the minigame. Vote or propose a name. Cool. Let's do it. Does it take me to the comments? No, you're taking it here. Okay, so you're taking me away from Kickstarter, which Kickstarter is not going to be the biggest fan of instead of just doing this updates. But I'm going to guess that they're doing this because they get their emails. No, you don't even get people's emails? Oh, yeah, you do. There you go. You get people's emails. Okay. But it's not shared. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. And by interesting, like, I love the idea that we're getting people engaged, but at the same time, drummed up a lot of competition. Does his gamer group normally sit there and drool? By My favorite part was just how many funny, goofy mini-games to testable games found in just a handful of components. A deck of cards, a few dice, some coins, and a dozen meeples. Simple ingredients that create a delectable and hilarious stew. So, I like the how many mini-games there are. Got it. Ooh, cool. Coming soon. Oh, don't care. I thought it was actually like I don't know what that is. Is that a preview? Is that a gameplay video? Is that how to play video? My excitement gone. Now I understand why they put that up there, because Quackalope still big numbers despite big controversy. Dice Tower obviously big numbers, but those are previews. I don't care. I don't give a damn, because there's a preview here and there's a preview here, which means these two previews completely useless. Like whatever. Give me gameplays. Is there a gameplay? Is there a gameplay? Is there a full gameplay? That's all I want. I don't want a first look. I don't want a preview. So there's no gameplay video for what is a 40-minute game full of minigames. That's disappointing. That's inexcusable, and that's a third of a point grade bump down. You gotta have a video. Come on. Come on. You've done this 8 times now. You should know you lead with a video. And you have this game in content creators' hands, and yet you still don't have a video. Wow, that's huge. You didn't do a good job spotlighting how big that ship is either. Luckily, she did that thumbnail. All right, add-ons. $59 gets you deluxe party cards. So these are... Use the components for... I don't know what this is. Okay. Raft expansion with 5 new mini games and 6 tiles. A plushie. Work in progress. That's going to move the needle. I think we definitely should have sold that a little bit more. 6 eye patches and a pirate hat. Oh, but it's an expansion. I see. That's interesting. And what's even more interesting is there isn't just that big pledge level that gets me this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Well, these are extra games, so that one doesn't count. War for Chicken Island. I think I played that one. I think I played that one at Gen Con. That was a fun little one. Wait, that is $59? That was a small box, right? Kiwi Chow. I might be thinking of a different game. Kiwi Chowdown. I need to check that, because that just seems incredibly wrong. That price for the game that I played. And now I'm just curious. That is not the game I played. That is a massive, massive, massive game. Okay. I did not play War for Chicken Island. I played another game that looked very similar to that was a small box game. Okay. Cool. That explains the $60 price point. Regroup Chicken Army. Oh, that's the one I played. I bet that's what I played. That was enjoyable enough. Pledge levels. All right. Standard edition. So, $35. So, what's the shipping here? Pledge. Oh, this is the pledge area. Okay. Oh, there is a deluxe plus. Where was it? You didn't show it to me when you showed me the 2 pledge levels, didn't you? So we have the deluxe. Oh, that's great. That's a great idea. That's a half-point grade bump up right there. Because if you really want people to not take a specific pledge level, you do your best to not have that pledge level. So if they don't want people taking their deluxe pledge level, they did a spectacular job of not putting it in there with, the other pledge levels. There's only 3 pledge levels, and they decided, you know what? We're going to not put that... Oh, is it down here? Is it down here? Nope, it's just not there. So now what is in this magical third one? Plushies, and it's not on Backer Kit. I know. I was shocked as well. I imagine if they got rid of the game, they'd have to go to Backer Kit. That's just the law. Anywho, so let's figure out this third pledge level, which I'm going to guess is the one that I asked for that had everything. Is this it? No, this is the add-ons. Because why would we want the third pledge level before the add-ons? Like, why would you possibly want that? That would make sense. So what do you get here? I guess you get everything, right? Yeah, you get everything. So that is the pledge level. And it's $85. I don't feel like that's a bad jump up. So $26 is getting me eye patches, a Kappa hat, and the plushies. Okay. Not stuff I need in any way, shape, or form. But still, I guess it's nice that it's an option. $10,000, $20,000, get the linen finish, a new mini game, marble dice, new mini game, player powers. Ooh, that's hot. That's huge. Mini game, double-sided board. Wow, I really feel like you did a poor job spotlighting these stretch goals. Man, this just reeks of jalop. Like, they just don't get it. And I want to put it all on jalop. I want to not put any on this company to testable games. But come on, these are really exciting and fun stretch goals you have here. And they're just, except for that one. Why do I care if they're different? Oh, because they're different colored. They used to be the same color, now they're different colors. Yeah, but it's buried. It's buried all the way to the bottom. Just like the social goals, buried all the way down to the bottom. Why would we want to have people engaging with our project? We have one thing that's clickable, and it takes you away from Kickstarter. We don't want anything that's going to get you excited on our story page. But this one takes me straight. Oh, cool. It takes me to the pages I need to go. Instagram? No, they all take me. Okay, they all take me to Instagram. Great. So I'm not helping. Oh, but here they are. Share this pinned post. Edit your Kickstarter profile name. Tag someone on Instagram. Retailers. Friendly shipping. So how much is shipping? 12, 15. I'm going to speculate that third pledge level was something that they added on after the fact, much because people said, well, this seems stupid. Why don't you have a pledge level that has everything? And now they haven't updated this. I'm just going to take that bold statement. But once again, if it's so obvious, it just is. It just is so incredibly obvious. One of these people should have been like, you know, maybe we spotlight that $85 pledge a little bit more, because that's just the way Kickstarter works 99% of the time. But instead, we did not. So every single person here, especially them, dropped the ball in my personal opinion. And I don't even know if Jalop was involved in the page. I'm pretty sure Jalop just gives you like a layout. They're like, here, do it like this. Don't do it like that. Okay. So 12 and 15 bucks. And final price is 307. Wow, in the pledge manager. That's a big number. Okay. So 29. So it's 41 bucks. That's a great price. That is a really rock solid price. Then we have this one. So Bauer's Law, actually Bauer's Law is about to be broken because this one's not going to be the most popular. Yeah, that Deluxe Plus, you completely missold that. That was terrible. That was absolutely, like, that is just a complete fumbling of this. How is this, like, go look at Creature Caravan. Because go look at Creature Caravan. You want to see how to sell a bunch of stuff that nobody needs in a good way. I believe it's Creature Caravan from the people who did Flamecraft. No, don't look at Creature Caravan. Creature Caravan actually sucked. Never mind. I thought Ryan Lockett did a poor job on that one. But then again, he does such a great job on everything else that is to be expected. They had cookie cutters. They were selling you cookie cutters and bath towels and weird stuff like that. And there's a good way to sell stuff like that. And then there's, come on, could we not use this space for something gameplay wise that would help us out? Okay, man, I just do not like the cut of the jig on this Kickstarter campaign at all. So it is $74 for the Deluxe Edition. That seems very reasonable, Kickstarter reasonable. I'm waiting for the Dodo Dino 2 game. It should be delivering this month. I refuse to back another project from Detestable until it arrives. This looks fun, though. Yeah. I saw that. They're in the last stages of their shipping out, which just makes you wonder, like, why couldn't they put it off? Like, if you're that close to being done. And maybe they wanted to get it in before the end of the year. I'm going to guess that for tax reasons, potentially. I don't know. Can I upgrade my pledge to the pledge manager? Are there any Kickstarter exclusives? Do I need all 3 games for the trilogy cards? Okay, got it. Updates. 4 comments. Not much engagement at all. Oh my god, that is terrible engagement. Absolutely atrocious engagement when you realize you have 1,580. You are talking to a room of 1,583 people. You are poking someone in their email for Critter Kitchen. Thank you, John, and thank you, Philip. Well, I guess I should give it more to John than to Philip. You came in second, but he had a question mark. He was unsure. You were confident with no question mark. Either way, you're both correct. I really hope they send me the deluxe edition with all those cookie cutters. Okay, so this one's just from today, though, but let's see what they did. Hopefully they got people engaged. You've been unlocking stretch goals every night. Cool. Art live stream. Okay. Got it. Oh, you're going to drop the name now. Cool. Social goals. Cool. You try to do this, but I put it up higher. Referral parties. This is great. A lot of interesting stuff here. Get credit in your BackerKit account. Everyone can join the referral party. Hi, how can we request the referral code? Waiting for Dodo Rides Dinos and backing this. You will have to hire a French-speaking translator of Legion Distribution. No longer plans just to publish your games. Interesting. Can we request the referral code? Is it here? After pledging, get rewarded with extra credit for yourself. To spend in the pledge manager today. So that's an interesting strategy. Okay. I'm not pro or against that. I guess I'm pro that. It's fine with me. Seems cool. Too bad there's no French version. Community questions. This is my first game for Testable. If I were to also pick up one of the other games, which would you recommend? Cool. And that's the other thing, too. I don't feel like we really spotlighted their pedigree at all. So let's see if that's something worth spotlighting. Because if it is, well then, you probably should do that. And if it's not, well then, yeah, don't do that. So let's see, detestable games. Let's see what they got. 2787, 6881, 8593. Ooh, 11,000. That is a really poor track record. Yeah, that's rough. Because that one's not actually technically out, right? That one's like those are like Kickstarter numbers, I'm pretty sure. No, that one's out. Okay. Oh, no. That's Dodo's Riding Dinosaurs. The reprint of Dodo's Riding Dinosaurs people are waiting for. Okay, that makes me worry a little bit less. So yeah, that's the big one that they're resting their hat on. Everything else here is way more miss than hit. Anytime you're near 10,000 or say 8, this is where people are like, yeah, the game wasn't. Okay, so I understand why they did not spotlight their pedigree there. It makes sense because it's maybe spotlight Dodo's Riding Dinos, but I get it. All right, final grade for Party Panda Pirates. Do I want it? I should. I really should. It goes up to 6 players. Looks pretty easy to learn and teach, I suppose. Not that you have a gameplay video, because why would we possibly need a gameplay video, but an 8-page rule booklet. And when you factor in the fact that the first 5 pages are component setups, this is an incredibly simplistic game, which makes it even more annoying that there's not a gameplay video, by the way. So do I want it? Can you do it? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Am I worried about it being great? Am I looking at your track record and being like, man, this is going to be a fantastic game? No, I'm not. Which isn't necessary, but it helps. But will this physically get to my door? Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. $83,000 to make two games, pretty much. It's not going to be too terribly difficult. And then how much is it? It actually seems like a pretty reasonable price. This pledge level here feels like an afterthought. I don't feel like they sold their expansions well at all. I don't feel like they sold the plushies well at all. I don't feel like they sold much of anything well at all. Let's just be quite frank. I think that video was a complete misfire. Everything about that video, unless you're here for artwork, just oof. And the fact that it shows me 2 to 4 players too, it's so glaring too once we get into the campaign and I see like, ooh, look, I see this shot and I see these gorgeous minis and I see this screen printed wood and I see this, I see so many awesome things about this game. 17 different mini games for $29. Now, granted, once we get in the shipping, it's going to jump up, and granted, no one's buying the $29. Most of the time, people are going to go for the deluxe edition because that's just how people shop. But that video really just dropped the ball completely. I felt like that video was really, really bad. And counterproductive to what they're trying to do. And then also this stuff is all getting cut off too, just so you know. Like the miniatures is the only part that's not cut off. So I would totally, it's just wasted. Here's the thing. Here's why I hark so much on this space right here. If you tell me it's ages 8+, big enough that I can actually read it, you no longer need to tell me it's a family game. Okay, you just don't. And it's the player count, the time length, the age. I'm at a C-, I think. It's just ugh. And once again, pretty much every time I see Jalop, take away a grade. I think this could be a B- with just reorganization, just period. With it, well, the video is rough. I'm at a C-, I think. Man, but that price is so rock solid too. Golly, that is such a great price. And we get to it early. I'm gonna go with C. We'll go with a C. I'm going to try and not let my Jalop biases get into this too much, but damn it, Jalop, knock it off. Why do you prefer the new backer number to be so much lower than the repeat backers? Oh, wait, whoa. Yeah, I didn't check the numbers. We got fuzzy numbers here? No, we don't have fuzzy numbers. Okay. Yeah, returning backers dominating. The only time I get nervous about these numbers is when we have like really weird, like this were like 500 to 1500. Why do you prefer the new backer number to be so much lower than the repeat backers? What's wrong with the good external marketing and bringing new traffic? Generally curious. I don't prefer it. It's just a lot of the time when we see a huge chunk of new backers as opposed to returning backers, it's because people are getting in there and they're screwing with the numbers. Like it's, we added, like, we got 10 new Kickstarter accounts and they're all backing a certain pledge level and they all backed for, say, $500. So you've essentially pumped $5,000 into there. At which point then, and so I've seen these numbers be really sketchy where it's like, really? You brought in that many new backers? Because at the end of the day, you have to realize Kickstarter's been going strong for over a decade now. bringing in new backers to your project is really difficult. Yes, there's new people getting into the hobby all the time, but there's 200 games on Kickstarter, GameFound, and even 1 or 2 on BackerKit. It's really, it's difficult to bring them in. I don't prefer new backer numbers. It's just when I see a high number of new backers, I'm either like, they either did something really well on their marketing, or they're just fudging the numbers. And I don't necessarily. I think fudging the numbers is a smart thing to do. I actually don't have a problem fudging the numbers, and true story, when I launched a Kickstarter game many years ago, I fudged the numbers as well. It's very, very common. Probably unethical, but hey, whatevs. So, Party Panda Pirates, I'm going to go with a C. End of the story is Jalop sucks, and you should never, ever let them touch any aspect of your Kickstarter story. Or if they didn't, then just go look at a bunch of other projects and figure out what they did really well and just copy that. End of the day, Party Panda Pirates going to the sea. Let me know in the comments below what is your final grade. And oh yeah, I had a request. So let's get the new puppers in here. Yeah, I was the last one in the family who was like, no, let's not get a dog because I'm gonna have to do the primary caregiver. But this is, let me make sure I'm in there. This is Dasher. He's a 4 weeks? He's a 2-month-old German Shepherd. He's a very good boy. He got some teeth. Puts his teeth on stuff a little bit of the time, but he's a good boy. But